Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review on Love. I'm sorry, 90 Day Fiance, season 7, episode 1. I want to kiss you. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much. Welcome to everybody who has been here from day A to season 7 of 90 Day Fiance, where it all got started. Okay. It all got started here, y'all. Woo! I'm telling you, we have been around for a long time. But we do welcome all of those people who are just getting on board. Okay. Love everybody. Hi, everybody. As you all know, when the season first starts off, your auntie gets out here. Trying to get this lighting right. When the season starts, your auntie gets out here and she recaps these mofos and we meet them face to cotton freaking face. So we have met some of the cast members. There were two couples. I believe there's two couples that we did not see this week. But we're going to recap the couples that we did see. And you all don't pay attention to this ring light that's up in my eye. Like I said, I've been trying to sit over here and make adjustments where it wouldn't show up, but it shows up. So that just lets you know that Auntie got some lights going on up in this mofo, okay? But anyway, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're going to get into these crazy mofos, y'all. I'm telling you, they are starting off already on the wrong foot with us. And I'm sure that most of us have already picked out who are our favorites. We've already picked out who's shamming, who playing games, and all that kind of stuff. And so after Jenny and Submit, I just cannot pick a favorite. I'm not picking a favorite batch. I don't trust anybody anymore. After they came with the bamboozle and hoodwinked us like that, I'm not picking a favorite anymore. Do y'all understand what I am saying? So I'm going to go through these couples, y'all. I'm going to read a little introduction on them, and then we're going to talk about the episode. I thought that the episode started off fiery hot. Um, Not as hot as some other seasons that we have watched, but the episode absolutely started off really, really good. So for all of those people that haven't had a chance to see, your auntie going to be bringing in some things, okay? And we are going to go here on and get started. Not sure how many people y'all have already okay, so I'm trying to share my screen because I want you all to be able to see the people. So bear with your auntie, okay? Bear with your auntie. Bear with your auntie. Okay. Lola C says, I have no favorite. Okay. Um Creole Girl says seems like the same storyline rehashed. Okay. Well, you know what? You have to think about it. It's 90 Day Fiance. And so all of them do have, basically the same thing. They're trying to bring a mofo up over here. Okay. What you saying, sweetie pie? She says the new cast doesn't seem interesting. The only interesting one is the girl who is from the Dominican Republic. Okay. Well, you know what? Everybody got their own opinion about it, y'all. But we're gonna go ahead on and get into it for our little nonstop November. All right. So let's get into it with the first couple. Well, who's the first couple that I want to talk about? Let's go ahead on to talk about these mofos. Hold on for a second, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing to share the screen with me. Hold on, okay? Let me remember how to do this. I gotta remember how to do this because when I screen share with these mofos, I want y'all to be able to see me too, okay? So hold on. Because the last time that I did this, the last time that I did this, right? Let's see who we want to start off with. I want to start off with Emily first. Okay, so let's start off with Emily and Sasha first. Now let me make sure that I have the audio on so that y'all can hear that. Okay. Okay, so the first couple that we have is Emily. Come on, stream y'all. Okay, there we go, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Put a one down in the comment section and let me know that y'all can hear me real quick, okay? Put a one down in the comment section and let me know if y'all can hear me while I'm sharing the screen. Okay, so y'all can hear me good. Okay, so this couple right here, Emily and Sasha, let's go ahead on and read a little bit about them and then we're going to talk about these. Emily is 28. She is from Portland, Oregon, right? And Sasha is 31. He's from Russia. After graduating college, Emily moved to Russia to teach English and had planned on traveling all over Europe during her time there. During a visit to the gym, where her coworkers, Emily spotted Sasha, an attractive fitness trainer. He trained her at the gym. She tutored him in English, and the romance ensued. Before long, Emily learned that Sasha was twice divorced and has a son from each marriage. Soon after, Emily became pregnant with Sasha's third child, and they're now planning on moving to America as a family of three. However, the tricky part will be convincing her family that she's not going to become ex-wife number three. Bitch, it's guaranteed. It is guaranteed that her ass is going to be wife number three. Okay. Now, this we open up the episode with these mofos. Thank you so much, Ms. Majestic Macaroon for the 4.99 super chat. Love your videos, Auntie. Love you too, boo. Thank you so much for the super chat. This crazy girl right here, okay. I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, something, okay. She said that she went over to Russia, okay, because we know she's a teacher. And she said that, she was bored. So, she went to the gym and that's when she met this mofo, right? So she act like a dingbat from day A, okay? I'm talking about from day A. This girl has act like a dingbat, in my opinion. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm only one person. Y'all know how I go out here on this mofo. So Sasha, you know, talks about, that he okay, let me put that little comment up. Sasha said that, he got two other wives. And, basically she knows that this is going to work with them. She says that, they apply for the K1 visa and that, the mofo got approved for it and everything. But the only problem is that they having a baby bitch in 4 days. So she got to stay over in Russia because she decided that she don't want to have a baby, without the mofo there, right? So I'm like, okay. So we see him. He's talking about he's not a bad guy. That people think he a bad guy because he on wife number three, and none of his relationships work and all that kind of old bull crap. And I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, okay, all right, so we agree on something. She says that he does not have access to his children because the wife doesn't allow him to see the kids unless it's a holiday. Now this mofo got two kids. Okay, now this is what's happening with the other one. Now if he is the type of mofo that is, like one of them good mofos and stuff like that, why the hell are both of the wives appearing, the ex-wives appearing to do it? Okay, there's something up with this. So we see her sitting up, in the little cafe and everything, making a phone call to her sister. So she's on the phone and she's talking to her sister about, this mofo. And the sister's saying, I really think, you need to come home and have the baby, woo, woo, woo. Same thing that our asses would say, if we had somebody that was over there and they decided that they, was going to go over that mofo and have a baby. You don't understand. She was like, don't you want to understand? Don't you want someone in the room, your doctors, your nurses, and all of that kind of stuff? Don't you want to be able to understand them and they understand you? And she was like, well, I do speak a little bit Russian. I guess she approves. I mean, she believes because Sasha there that, he's going to help her interpret what the hell going on. Let me tell you something, honey. When them daggone contractions start to hitting your ass, all right, you will need somebody to understand you and not fake like they understand you. We don't need a mofo that's just gnawing this mofo head, bitch. Okay. You need to know I'm in pain. I need some ice chips. Like the sister said, a PCR to me. Okay. I need to be able to say epidural, bitch. And I need you to understand when I say that I need something. All right. she really she really has this fantasy, and she tells him that she can't wait to for them to be a family. And I'm saying, girl, he been a family yet. What makes you think that you are any different than any of his other wives? And I mean, and that's not to say that a mofo just don't pick the right people, which is what she tried to say. But no, this mofo, he know exactly what the hell he's doing. Okay. Looks like to me he needs a little trip, or he wants a little trip to America. Okay. Um, I just don't understand her reasoning. I can tell that she's very, very young. And I'm just like, she really needs to get herself together, because at this point, this mofo, I'm suspicious of him all the way. I'm just like, I'm very suspicious of him. Like I'm so suspicious of him. And it doesn't seem like anything was like really romantic. Like she don't really have a good story other than the fact that she was like, you my everything. You are my everything. You my all in all. And and nobody can be your whole all in all. I see that Mary said thank you to wildlife. So let me see. Let me try to skim back, because if I missed something, I apologize for that. Okay, I didn't miss anything, not that I can see. So I or at least I can't see it, Mary, on this end. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be with with this girl. I'm not really interested in her story. I think that her story is gonna be, the problem that I had with the girl is that she got a lot of anxiety. And so when I'm looking at a mofo and they got they anxiety ridden, and they got a whole lot of, they can't cope with stuff. Because when she was talking to her sister on the phone and she got the spaz and all out and hyperventilating and her ass got dizzy, and she all in the restaurant, I mean in the cafe, but people trying to, enjoy their cup of latte, their damn espresso, and you walking back and forth and you calling him on the phone. I don't feel good. And and he gotta come up in this mofo and you sitting there crying. I just wanted to look, I just want to drink my caramel macchiato, read my book, skim through my damn phone. I do Nobody wants to see this drama. The things that her sister was saying to her were not bad things. They weren't things for her to be hyperventilating about. So when we have these characters and they just have a whole lot of problems and anxieties, and they just ready to pass the hell out, and they, taking everything to 100. I don't like those type of people. Thank you so much, Passenger Shammy, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, boo. Thank you so much. I'm just like, girl, Miss Michelle said she got gas. I don't know what she had, but it's too much. It's too much too soon. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about TLC. They sure know how to pick these mofos, don't they, y'all? They know how to pick these mofos that we either fall in love with, bitch, or we don't. You know what I'm saying? And right now, like I said, I'm reserving how I feel about these people because there was a comment I wanted to put up here. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not feeling girlfriend. I ain't feeling girlfriend. I am not feeling girlfriend at all. So let me go ahead on and talk about this next mofo couple on it. Y'all, let's get into this, okay? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We're at almost mofos. I just had them mofos up here. Here they go right here. Yes, girl. Oh my God. Let's talk about these mofos right here. Whip by bam, alakadam zam. If this mofo is not being taken on a ride, like y'all, we already see the roller coaster ride coming up with this mofo already. Like we don't have a shadow of a doubt in our minds that this girl Annie is using the hell out of Robert. Let me give y'all some of his damn back. Y'all, let's get into this mo. Where is he at? Hold on, y'all. Let me let me find a write up on here. Don't tell me they don't have one on him. And then y'all know that Angela and Michael are coming back, right? So don't even be shocked. Don't even be shocked. Don't be leery. Don't be weary. These bitches are coming back. So y'all, this couple right here. Robert is 41 from Winter Park, Florida, and Andy is 30 from the Dominican Republic. Okay. Now we know anytime we hear, unfortunately, we hear the Dominican Republic, bitch, we know it's a scam going on. It at least on 90 Day Fiance. I don't mean to offend no damn body, but when we saw the song that it said DR on there, we was like, okay, bitch, Louise, like it's just historically, it's just been um girl. Robert and Annie met on social media, and after talking every day, okay, so Annie is 30, okay. They after talking every day, Robert booked a cruise with a stopover in the DR to meet Annie in person. Robert was smitten with Annie's ass, okay. He was smitten with the curves and all that old kind of bull crap, all right. And he proposed that very first day. Now, mind you, this bitch layover and his stop over there in the DR was only 8 hours. So in 8 hours, this bitch met her. Now, granted, he was talking to her on social media, okay? But come on now. Okay. So after only spending 8 hours together, and then he applied for the K1 visa. Robert is doing everything he can do to bring Annie to the US and make her happy. But with a full-time job and a 4-year-old son to take care of, he hasn't been able to take another trip out to see her or buy her an engagement ring. Girl, let me tell you something. This got scam written all over it. This mofo right here is being taken straight up for bad. Bitch. Do you do y'all hear what I'm saying? Let's go ahead on and get into their damn story. So we wake up in the morning, okay? We ready for Sunday to come. This mofo pops up on our screen, all right? Got a ponytail to toe. The mofo it lives in Florida, okay? He said that he drives, for a car service. Bitches even Uber Lyft, okay? So we see him picking passengers up and everything. And, he said he out there getting his hustle and his grind on. He picked this kind of job because he wants to be able to have his schedule around his son's schedule. All right. He has a little 4-year-old boy. He says that the mother of the child walked out of the relationship, and he came home and she was just like a ghost up in that bitch. Okay. She took all the furniture, she took everything, and she rolled out. And he was just like, okay, cool, cool, cool. He says that he doesn't regret it. He don't have a problem with it because guess what? At the end of the day, now he done met Annie. So he flies his ass over to the DR. He meets Annie. Now, when we introduced to Annie, he's talking about how Annie got this, Annie is nice, and Annie's a wonderful girl and all that kind of stuff. He hopped his ass on the cruise ship. He spent 8 hours with her ass. All right. He spent 8 hours with her. And, so he decided that this was the woman that he wanted. He believes that when he buys a wedding ring, that the wedding ring should be 30 days worth of salary. No, bitch, how about a year? Okay. No, I'm just kidding. But I think traditionally it's a month or 3 months or whatever it is. It's supposed to be some type of etiquette for buying an engagement ring. But okay, we're gonna digress. We're gonna move on past that. Some of y'all know what it is. Put it down in the damn comment section. So this mofo sits up there, right? And we meet his son. His son off the hook. Little Shorty is bad, okay? I call little Shorty Bam Bam, okay? Like on the Flintstone. Because this mofo look like he walking around with a hammer and he terrorizing that damn house up in there, okay? But you know what? He love him. That's his little boy. He says that he want Annie to come over here and be an instant made mommy, okay? He just want to be able to take her, put her in a bowl, bitch, pour some hot water over her, stir her up, and all of a sudden she's going to be an instant mama. Let me tell you something, boo. This don't work like instant oatmeal and instant grits. This is a whole human being. And he bad as hell, okay? So we see him talking to her on the telephone. He got the phone propped up on some damn crystal hot sauce. I said, now, if this ain't a country bama right here, okay? So he's talking to her on the phone and he's talking about, whether or not she, is going to be ready to take care of the little boy and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, no, I'm scared of the little boy. And the little boy sitting up there, doing all kinds of, on the thing. And I'm sitting up there saying, he bad as hell. And for her to have never been a mother, this is a bad sign. Now, as we all know, Robert kept saying over and over and over again that he is concerned about whether or not she is using him for money. So we heard her on the phone ask this mofo for money, for an iPhone. Okay, she wants her an iPhone, and I'm sure she wants the latest and the greatest. He said, he ain't gonna buy her no iPhone because it's expensive, and he's an Uber driver, bitch. Okay. Then the next thing she's talking about, and she wants the ring. So he was like, I'll buy you a ring for $1. $1 make a holler. So, she's like, I need, if you buy me a cheap ring, that means your love is cheap. Okay. He's one of them type of mofos. He hear her, but he doesn't hear her. Okay. He ignoring the hell out of her, okay? Which is what typical men do. So he said that he don't have money for a ring. He doesn't have money for an iPhone. He's concerned about whether or not she's just using him for money. He's hoping that she doesn't. But instead of doing, trying to put something on layaway or, hook something up or whatever, this mofo goes to a lingerie shop. And I just was sitting up there thinking, why the hell do men do that? Why do they not listen to what a woman has to say? Why would you go to a lingerie shop and buy some lingerie? First of all, you don't know her size. All he knows is that she's curvy and got a fat ass. All right. So he doesn't know what size she wears. So why would you then go and buy something that you enjoy? He was talking about, how he enjoys seeing it and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you buy her something like that? You could have went and got a track phone. But for me, I just feel like this girl is, she is really taking him for a ride. I do believe that, they believe that we are rich, we're wealthy, we have a whole lot of money and stuff like that. And at the same time, y'all, we struggling. We trying to make a dollar holler, all right? We trying to make a dollar holler. So this mofo goes into a lingerie shop while he's in the lingerie shop looking for something for her, with the saleswoman. All of a sudden, he starts getting his phone start blowing up. So he looks where he goes it and looks at it. Here it is. She just sent a whole bunch of mean, red hot firecracker, angry as hell emojis on his phone. So this mofo is mad as, she mad because he said that he sent her some money. She said she couldn't get the money, that the money won't there. And he said the reason why she can't get it is because it's an ID problem. So I'm saying, well, what the hell is wrong with her ID? but she get money before. He said he's sending her money because this is to help her prepare to bring her ass over there. She don't have no money to help prepare to come over here. The hell is going on? Like this is a whole scam. And she looked like she is a saucy firecracker. And you know what the thing about it that trips me out about this is that they can be saucy women. They can be hot and they can be, all off the hook and all of that kind of stuff. But as American women, we can't. If we are off the hook or spicy or something, we're the mean, nasty, mad black woman. We're the evil black woman. I mean, I'm just saying. But they can come over here from the Dominican Republic. They can come from anywhere and be firecracker. It's cute. But for us, it ain't cute. See, because we supposed to walk around and be all timid and keep our mouths shut and all that kind of stuff. Like, okay, if it's acceptable for her ass to go the hell off, then damn it, it's acceptable for me to go off. I'm just saying. I don't want to be the angry black woman. I want to be the saucy woman. She's saucy, she's hot, because she real hot and all of that kind of stuff. But he probably wouldn't accept it off somebody else's ass. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to make it an issue. I'm just saying, I noticed that even with Jennifer and with some of the other women in the past, it's been acceptable behavior for them to be off the coof. And it's like, but I'm the angry black woman. It's just a sexy and hot for me to go off a little bit too, and then calm down and give you the best loving that you ever had in your life. Because I mean, we're not coming short up in the bedroom, but I done went on to a whole different subtopic that I probably need to talk about on my other damn channel. But I'm just saying, I just thought that I would go there, okay? It really is. And so I'm like, we're gonna see what this girl does when she brings her ass over here. Let's see what she does when she brings her ass over here. Who's the next damn couple that I want to talk about? Let me think. Okay, let me think. I know exactly who I want to talk about. That damn Tania. Girl, is she off the hook? Let's talk about her, Tania. As you all can see, back in the day, when Vice President, okay, Biden was delivering a message, this damn girl right here was the one that got her ass put out. And now this bitch is full fledged, okay, full fledged on 90 Day Fiance. Seem like to me this bitch been looking for attention for a little bit, okay? She is a hot mess. Now, I don't know if this girl is making this stuff up. I don't know if she's fake, phony. I don't know what it is. But for some reason, I see fraud written all over this girl. She says she's the activist bitch. She into sex toys. She I see fraud on this girl. Let's read her story. Tania is 29. Okay, she's from Connecticut, and she's with Syngin, who is 29 from South Africa. Tania was headed to South Africa to meet up with a man she had met on a dating app. But when that connection didn't work out, she decided to still make the most of her trip. She struck up a flirty conversation with a bartender named Syngin, whatever. Went home with him that night and ended up staying in South Africa for 4.5 months, bitches. She met this mofo in a bar and stayed in South Africa for 4.5 months. She don't know what this mofo had. He could have had stuff having her coming back jumping like a damn cricket. But she slept with him. I ain't hear her talk about no tests. I didn't hear her talk about anything that to protect herself. Like this girl is crazy. But their instant connection may have caused them to overlook major differences between them. Syngin, let me tell you something. I just see fraud on this girl. Like this girl cannot be as crazy as she is trying to make us believe that she is. I can't get with it. It's just something about her story that I am so not buying. But let's talk about her, shall we? Yes, we said shall. So when we met her, she came out to breakity break, talking about all kinds of sex toys, dildos, talking about her libido, her like all of it. Like she is a straight train wreck. She lives at home with her mother. She goes over there and she's with this guy. She said he wasn't a good guy. So she gets her ass up out of bed, okay, at 12 o'clock at night. She goes to a bar. She gets drunk. She meets him and she sleeps with him and she stays there for 4 months. Then she comes back home. She misses him so much that she takes her ass back out there. This young woman says she's an activist. We see her marching in different rallies. Okay, we saw her ass get, put out on the hill. Okay, just dragged out. She steady hollering and doing whatever she got to do. She just a bag of just mixed chips. Okay, but you think you buy Lay's and you mess around and find out you're buying some generic brand. This is how this girl is. So it ain't nothing wrong with her being who she is if she's authentically being who she is. Now, her sister said that she's a professional bitch, okay? Her sister said, like, you crazy. You don't need to get married. You're going to mess around and be by yourself. Now, she's going to be living, she's applied for the K1 visa process. He was accepted for that. And so, he's on his way to America to be with her for the 90-day to see whether or not they can be together. By her own admission, she is a control freak. She is, out the pocket, all of that. What did you say, baby? Okay, yes, beauty. Y'all go ahead on and read that. Okay. So she's going to be staying in her mother's house in the shed, in the back. So I'm saying, do she got an apartment? Because it's her and her sister, and they're supposed to be out of the place, right? She says she got to move back home. I'm saying, well, why is it that wherever the hell you living at isn't good enough for him to be there? Why do you have to come back and stay in your mother's? She shed, he shed, me shed, dead shed, ugly shed, need to be clean shed, overhauled shed. shed. Like, this is a shed. But she is going to be living in it. She said it need work on it, and I told him that the work was supposed to be done on the shed, but I lied about it. And so her mother was like, I met the dude. I flew over there too. I met him. He was cool, but he a deadbeat. He ain't doing a damn thing with his life. Let's see what he do when he come over here, with all the opportunities that he's going to be given. So the sister that flew her ass over there, they all flew over there and they didn't met him. But they still know that there's some stuff that's going on. So the sister just got married. So she said, well, my sister thinks she's an expert in relationships and all this kind of stuff, and she the last one to talk about it. The sister says she's a professional bitch, and she said, you just a nasty bitch. And she said, well, I'm not a nasty bitch to my husband, but I am a nasty bitch. And she said, well, I'm a professional bitch, but I love to be in control. And I'm like, what is going on with this girl's story? He over there chilling. Now she said that she's a brown person. So I sat up because I was like, she brown. She said that he was in Africa, during the time of apartheid, okay? And he wasn't used to looking at people like her. So I had to go pull up the definition of apartheid. And I said, she don't look like them people, but I don't know that much. But I was like, boy, I don't think you got no problem. And when she said she was a brown person, I tried to understand what she was saying, but her sister wasn't brown. So I don't know if they had. Let me find that damn comment. These comments going so fast, I think, on this other side. What did she hit? Here she go right here. She said, I self-identify as brown. Girl, get out. See, we see that no need to self-identify. He grew up racist and she's teaching him a new way. Get out. Thank you, DT. So somebody just said she's Latino. So when she said she was brown, I don't mean no harm, but I was like, then what am I? What the hell am I? Because I know you got to be at least 25 and a half shades lighter than me. So does she mean that, I don't know. Educate your auntie in the comment section, bitch. Because I didn't get it. And he wasn't racist enough, okay, that he didn't holler at you. Now, I could see if he had somebody that was dark like a Keeney, then we could talk about some stuff. But boy, I don't know. I think I'm too old for this. I'm too old for, but y'all, I'm not going with her story. I think she all over the place. I think that if they told her to scratch underneath her arms like a monkey, she would, bitch. I don't believe her story. I can't get with her, y'all. It's just something about her. Queen Bee said, "Oh my God, I got some tea to spill." Okay. And so we're gonna go ahead on and let you spill it, boo. You hit me up at Auntie's 2 cents. Hold on, let me give you the email address, okay? So that you can hit me up. Hit me up on this, boo, so that we can find out what tea you got to spill because I damn sure will come right on out here and spill it for you. But I just was like, somebody said I self-identify as yellowish green. This is like, you know what? I want to touch it, but I don't want to touch it. But I just was like, if she's brown, what am I? This ain't about you. Like this is deeper than what you saying. This is deeper than what you identify as. Boo, like that was some serious stuff, and that stuff is still going on over there. So miss me with the bull, like for real, miss me with that. But so there's there's just something about her that I'm not feeling. So what you saying, Gracie Mack? So Gracie Mack said, Auntie, there were some Africans in Mexico and South America that mixed with the natives. There are some Mexicans and South Americans who have African blood and they actually look mixed. But she ain't say that. I need her to say that. I need her to show that. I need to see a black daddy or something. She didn't never say she was mixed. Maybe she is. But if that's the facts, then she black. Isn't that what they said? One drop of black blood, bitch, you black. I can't get with her. I can't get with her. She got too much going on. Her girlfriends came and met her at the hotel. She stole the dress out of her mother's closet. She said that this dude was her mountain boy. He ass naked up on the mountain, okay? He's her mountain man. And but see, you know when you say I saw a documentary about it, but I'm telling you, I know people that lived it. And I'm telling you right now, okay, it ain't about what you think, it's about what you know. It ain't about what we hear, it's about what you know. And I can't get with it. Show me brown skin. Exactly. Thank you, Raspberry Kennedy. But however she identifies, she's saying he's racist. So why is she with him? Exactly. And why is he with her? If he, I'm telling you, this girl is just making her story. I can't get with her. I can't. Like I'm telling you, I can't get with this girl. She stole her mother dress, like I said, out the closet. She's going to the airport to, to go and meet him. She anxious and everything. Her girlfriend's putting flower petals on the bed. They got just a whole bunch of going on. And I like this girl right here, y'all. I'm telling you. Let me get the hella ball for her because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like her. Um, I really don't like this girl. There's something about her that I ain't feeling. I'm not feeling her. And so y'all gonna have to help y'all auntie. Okay. Y'all gonna have to help y'all auntie. Because I'm seriously having a problem with this girl. This couple right here, bitch, I'm loving them. I am loving this couple right here. But I told somebody the other day, I'm scared to love them because, bitch, every time you think that they throw some doodle, TLC throw some doodle in the game. And bitch, you realize you'd have been bamboozled. You'd have been tricked. Bitch, you got a 60-year-old woman who's over there dating somebody's husband and don't care nothing about it. Let me tell y'all, let's read. Anna is 38 years old and she's with Mursel. As a full-time mom of three, Anna never thought she would find love again. Bitch, that ain't love that you found. You'd have found a fourth child. This bitch be looking like a deer in headlights. Something is a hell wrong. Like this bitch is the type of man that you go to the grocery store with, bitch. And, I mean, to the mall, and you gotta hold his damn hand the whole time, and not because you romantic. So this bitch don't get lost in the mall. This one, no mofos that you put one of them bracelets on his damn arm, bitch, and you got through every aspect of your life. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, he need one of them big baby coil. Like, look at this mofo. He waiting on her to type off the translator after he looking like, girl, I'm done with him. Do y'all hear me? I want to blow him all the way the hell up. Hold on. Let me blow him up real. Whew. Okay, y'all. I just needed him to be highlighted for a minute. All right. So let's finish this story. Mursel sent her a friend request after noticing they shared a passion for beekeeping. Despite the language barrier, want to keep it together. You've got to keep it together. They began talking, often sending each other photos of their bees. Oh, oh. Anna finally took the plunge and traveled to Turkey to meet Mursel. And 4 months later, he proposed to her on social media. Despite, excuse me, y'all, such a strong connection, there is a big secret in their relationship. Mursel's family doesn't know that Anna has 3 kids, as they don't approve of having children out of wedlock, and the bitch don't have no intention on telling. Where do we start with this damn couple right here? All right, y'all. Chris, you done wrap that up. This dude is lost. I mean, lost as in where's my mom? Yes, Chris. Chris, yes. Ah! Real girls. So, y'all, we open up this episode with these 2 crazy mofos. We see her telling her story about how she a beekeeper, bitch. She said she was on a group on Facebook and they was, they was all, raising bees, had bee farms and stuff. Said this mofo hit her up because, he thought she was cute. A relationship ensued. She is a single mama of 3 boys. 3 big, rambunctious boys. Okay? One of them sitting up on the chair like he ain't trying to be there. The other one looking like he trying to be there, but he just need to eat a little bit more. And then she got the baby. They gonna eat Mursel's ass up. They gonna talk all kinds of trash to and about Mursel, with or without a translator's app. She telling the boys, he's a Muslim. She said, y'all want bacon and eggs? They said, yeah, we want bacon and eggs, but give Mursel some bacon. She said, you can't have it, bitch, because he is Muslim. Okay? The little boy's gonna try to give him a chance, but they already done before they even started. Since she know this is a bad idea. She done been to Turkey to see him. He proposes to her online. Bitch, why didn't you propose to me when I was in Turkey? But okay. Okay. So now she's got these little boys. She's bringing this man in her home. Why do people bring people in their home with their children? I don't understand that to save my life, just like I don't understand people who just sit up there and sleep with people without a daggone test done. Bitch, I need that DNA and some more stuff. You just randomly sleeping with people, and here you going to bring this man from Turkey that just keeps saying, "I want to kiss you," over and over again. That's his answer for everything. She said, "Merle, you want to take care of my bees?" He said, "She said, Mursel, Mursel." I said, "The hell is wrong with Mursel? Slap out of it, but Mursel, Mursel, I can't with these people." TLC, I'm telling you, they know how to pick the craziest mofos out the bunch, bitch. The ones that's jumping out the pot, they don't want them. They want the ones that's stupid enough to stay down at the bottom, bitch, and get cooked. I'm telling you. So we see this mofo. Some of he raised bees. They don't understand each other. She goes to a restaurant. She sits there with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend was like, "Bitch, you making a mistake. You can't talk to him." "Well, no, we communicate." She said, "Well, communication is more than just talking. It's inflection, it's tone, it's manner, it's all that kind of stuff." She said, "Well, you know, when we FaceTime and we make little jokes, that mofo ain't known a joke boo since 20 years ago. He don't know a joke from the he I'm trying to be careful with what I say. This mofo don't know when you joking and when you not. This mofo is just like, Mursel, you want to take care of my bees?" Okay. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I said, we're in trouble. I'm be laughing so hard, it's going to burn my throat out. This mofo right here, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, when he got off that plane, after she sat there with her girlfriend and said, "I was sure about everything. My desire is that he gets along with my boys, because if he doesn't get along with my boys, then we may not be able to get married. You are going to marry him by hook or by crook because you desperate. You think that you don't deserve anybody else. You have low self-esteem. You don't care anything about yourself. You're looking like Hagatha Christie walking through the airport with that little romper room ass dress on." I felt so bad for her because I know she's struggling taking care of those three boys. She didn't say where she worked, but you could tell by her hair, by everything else. It's a struggle, bitch. She's struggling. But you know what? You go hit on the struggle, boo, because we all, as single parents, we all have had to struggle and we have had to work our way up to the top. And I'm going to tell you right now, favor, grace, and mercy, I pray upon you, boo, because this mofo that you dating right here is a lost cause. This mofo is crazy as hell. She goes and pick him up from the airport. He hugging and they hugging and kissing all on each other. The producers asked his ass, "You know how you feel?" He couldn't understand. That mofo was like, "That." That mofo was. Let me get his damn dumbass picture back up when he was in the airport. Hold on for a minute. I got to put this mofo back up on this damn screen. Where the hell is he at? I can't with him. I can't. Uh, this mofo, she puts in an app. "How you doing? How you feeling about being here?" He said, "I want to kiss you." I said, "This bitch need a stroller." He need a stroller. When he ran and got Omar, he said, "This Omar, Omar, this." She looking like, okay, so who is Omar? Omar didn't even know who the hell he was. Omar was like, I mean, Omar was looking around for Omar too, bitch. Omar was like, he was like, this Omar, this my girlfriend. She said, so where you know Omar from? This my friend Omar. This my friend Omar. He Omar. Yeah, Omar. She said, who the fuck is Omar? He Omar said he just met me. After Omar stopped looking for Omar, Omar said he just met me in the airport. All right, love you, Omar. Good to see you, Omar. All right, then. Okay, Mursel, time to get in your stroller. Come on, strap in. Let me let me strap. Hold on. Let me make sure the little thing between your legs. Come on. Look, I got to wheel you up out this airport, bitch. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. How desperate people will get for love. Omar need a big born bitch. And talking about a beard. This man know daggone well. Michael, you know daggone well that you need to be burping this bitch right here. Are you freaking kidding us? You rich bitch with this young baby girl. You, the little girl and the little son have more intelligence. Although I did not like the way the TOC was asking them questions, I don't blame them because they knew that these were small little whippersnappers. Y'all, let's read this story and then we're going to get into what we saw. Remember, y'all, every time we have a new 90-day fiance, this is what I do. We will resume back to the reviews next week, but I always like to introduce these couples, okay? First, Michael, 41, is from Connecticut and Juliana is from Brazil. Michael's friends are jet setters who have lavish parties all over the world. During a yacht party in Croatia, Michael met an international model named Juliana, and there was an instant attraction. Bitch, I guess so. They fell deeply in love, and applied for Juliana's tourist visa to come to America for the first time. But when the visa was denied, they were crushed. Shortly after, Michael realized he wanted to be with Juliana, not just for a few months, but forever. So he proposed to Juliana and quickly filed for the K1 visa. While the time they have spent together has been fun and exciting, Juliana has only seen pieces of Michael's life, but not the full scope of his responsibilities, including two kids with his ex-wife. Given the 20-year age difference, Michael's ex-wife and family have concerns about whether Juliana is with Michael for the right reasons or she just wants a ticket to America. But she wants a ticket to America. She wants his credit card, his social security number, a couple of those portions of bitch. She wants that big old house. Let me tell you something. First of all, first of all, this mofo is wealthy. Okay, he's introduced himself as someone who distributes wine. He makes wine, bitch. He does everything. He drink wine. He swims in wine, bitch. He does everything with wine. So he said this has afforded him a lifestyle where he's been able to travel all over the world, bitch. He got all kinds of possessions that he wasn't bragging about, that he wasn't trying to show us. He just accidentally showed us and all that kind of stuff. So he showed us the lifestyle, the lavish lifestyle that he lives. Okay, kudos to him. He goes on the trip, he's on the yacht, and here you got this girl that's, allegedly a model. So I'm like, she's 20 years old. She's a model. She's in Croatia. Where did that money come from? But okay. He said she came from a family that was busted, broke down, and some more stuff, right? But yet and still, she's out on the yacht with the rich and famous. Okay. So I saw a clip where he said she in the prostitute, where they asked her, has she prostituted for the last 10 years? So I guess this is why her visa must have got denied. I don't know. Because the way they clip stuff together, I don't know. But I'm sure somebody's ass on social media knows why the hell this, you know what I'm saying, this girl's been out there. This mofo got two little kids, okay? They smart as hell. Y'all know I don't like to say the kid's name. He got a son and got her. They asked him, his dad asked him how he feel about it. He said, hell, Dad, she closer to our age than yours. The little girl said she could be our babysitter. Ain't nobody gonna know. This mofo, when asked by his wife, how would he feel if she said, I'm just coming over for the visa and for the green card? He said, well, I don't, it don't make me no difference. Things happen. He said, I know people probably, criticize me because I'm an older rich man and they think that, I just want this hot Brazilian chick. Yeah, that's what we think because that's what it is. And the thing about it, it ain't nothing wrong with it for real, for real. It really ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's what floats your boat, that's what floats your boat. His kids look like they are intelligent enough to understand what the hell is really going on. And then Mama San is sitting right there. Okay. She ain't gonna let nothing happen to a baby. You can tell that, okay? But this mofo took it to the hill when he said, I decided that I wanted to help her in any way I can. So I gave this bitch access to my credit card. Ding, ding, ding. Ka-ching. Access to your credit cards? Bitch, let me tell you something. If I had access to his credit cards and he got all that money, I'll be looking just like her by the time I get my K1 visa. He wouldn't even recognize me. Do you hear me? He wouldn't even recognize me. I would have all kinds of surgeries done by the time I got to America. But she's probably used to this. See, because she's a model, so she knows what sells. She knows what to get a 40-year-old man. He said that he wanted to pack up when her visa got denied. He wanted to pack up and say the hell with it. But he was like, I got two important things. That's my baby girl. He said, I want to do something for her when she gets here that's just really America. The son said, let's take her to a game, Dad. Let's take her to a Dodgers game or a Wizards game or, let's take her to a Caps game. Okay, since bitch, we won. Okay. Since we won and our baseball team won this year. Okay. The little girl said, let's take her to American Girl. Let's see if we can get that bitch a top. His kids is smart as a whip. The little boy said she looked like one of them type of women that you hire to babysit your ass. You have you. She's a babysitter type. Very intelligent kids. He ain't getting away with nothing. He was living in a little apartment. He decided to go and buy a house. But the house that he bought, okay, was around the corner, around the bend from his wife. See, so he still got hang-ups with his wife. He said that he and the wife were together since they were teenagers. They had two kids together. It was just all, it was all about them, okay? And it didn't work out. But they still have a relationship, which I believe that every couple should continue to have a relationship. But this mofo is bringing this girl up over here on the K1 visa. And allegedly he's going to marry her, but he's going to, let me tell you something. Anybody that can be brought with a price, and I ain't saying that he brought her, I'm saying anybody that can be brought or bought or bought with a price, somebody else that got a bigger pocket, deeper pockets, can buy her out. They buy you out of her. This cast, it's a couple of these mofos. Okay, that's the truth, baby. Y'all, we're gonna get into this. This cast is different from all the other casts. I'm gonna tell you, I've been watching 90 Day Fiance from the very beginning, and this is a very diverse cast. This is the first time that I've seen a cast be this diverse. We're going to be all over the place. Instagram is going to be ablaze, bitch. It is going to be so many things going on and coming out about this cast. And I've already seen things that I've tried to ignore them, but I can't ignore them anymore. This is no stop, non-stop November. Yes, I did not come out last night, but that's because I was having a crisis over here at the house. Okay, a crisis, bitch. So my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta will be up on my other channel tomorrow. But I will be on my channel tonight because I have some questions that I have to answer because some of you all have reached out to me and really need my help. So we will be asking Auntie tonight. But y'all, thank you all so much for allowing me to introduce the cast and to talk a little bit about what has happened and what's going on with the cast. Thank you so much, Ella Wills, for the $5 super chat. Love you, Auntie. Thank you, Ella. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate you all support and your love and everything. But this was just an introduction of these cast members and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that you all enjoyed the video. We'll be back out tomorrow. And we'll be talking in greater detail about something, bitch. Okay. We got 30 days to do it in. But I love you all to pieces. Again, for all of you all who follow me on the other channel, I'll be there in about 15 to 20 minutes. Love you all to pieces. Mwah.